Hello, everybody. It's the old bear from the old bear's den of Bigfoot. And as I was telling everybody last night, we are down here in North Carolina, down here to help a friend of ours. And we are here to tonight to let you know what we found. Right now, you got a view of a fire, uh, and I built it. Yes, bears can build fires. So what I wanted to let you guys know was that we got down here today and around noon, and we came over around 2 o'clock. Uh, and I took a little walk across the road from our home, and well, I found a trail that is about 3 foot wide, no limbs, lowering about 7 feet. I had no problem whatsoever walking through there. I'm 5'10", and with these logger boots on, I'm about 5'11", and have any trouble whatsoever walking through there. I could reach up and touch what few limbs were there, and followed that trail all the way over to a power line, and like an idiot, I didn't take a camera with me, which I should have. I didn't see a Bigfoot, but I saw something else that was interesting. There was a hang on tree stand, the ones that you hang up, you screw a T-bar into the tree and then hang the stand on the tree. It wasn't a climber, it was hanging in the tree, it was strapped into the tree. But here's the interesting thing. The platform where you put your feet and stand on was broken downwards. Now, those things fold up, not down. I mean, they fold down and stop at a 90-degree angle. But this was broken all the way down against the tree and ripped to one side. Yes, there is a box of Little Debbie oatmeal cream cakes. And no, the bear is not sharing any. Sorry. I saw that question. And
I'm a good host.
and where was I at? I lost my train of thought about the Debbie cakes. Now you got me thinking Debbie cakes.
The um the train hanging up on.
Yeah, the tree stand. The bottom part of the platform was ripped down into the side of the tree, and the seat that was on the tree, there was no padding left on the seat, and it was also ripped straight down against the upright bar on the tree stand. So that's kind of odd. No hunter's going to do that. I mean, even if, and from what I could see, there was no steps going up into the tree to the tree stand. It's like somebody come in and took the steps out of the tree or off the tree, whatever type of steps they were using. It looks like this tree stand hadn't been there no more than a year. It wasn't rusted up and falling apart or anything, so it's all metal. Um, it had some rust on it, not a lot. You know, you would expect some rust, even though we are here in North Carolina. They do get snow once in a while and
A lot of rain.
a lot of rain. And the trail proceeded on across that right of way into the next set of woods, and I walked over to that opening, which was about a half a mile from the house here, and I just got a weird feeling, you know, one of those feelings where it tells you maybe you want to turn around and run. But I'm not going to run. I didn't even have a weapon with me. So I just turned around and came back through and came back over here to her house and got them to go out and get firewood for the fire that you now see in front of you, and went behind her home. Went back there and found some old prints that are about washed out. They've had rain here in the last few days. There isn't much left of those some of those prints, but I did find some that were made right after the rain started. A couple days ago, when they had a bunch of rain, and so it happened right after it started, or right after it quit, and they're pretty distinguishable. And
Yeah, that's right.
but you have to look at them closely to see them. And
You need to explain to them they're asking about the tree stand. That's not in anybody's yard. I mean, it's dead in the woods.
yeah, about the tree stand. The tree stand's not in anyone's yard. The closest house to it is her house and her neighbors, her two neighbors here, and they're half a mile away. So, and how do I know it's a half a mile? Because when I got in there, I was sweating. It is North Carolina. They do have humidity down here, and us heavy bears or fat bears sweat. So yeah, I was breaking a sweat, even though it was fairly easy to walk through there. It's still a half a mile walk on broken ground and uneven ground. Um, but the tree stand, it's not been there for that long. It probably got put up last October, and here it is, almost October again, and I found it. There's no tree steps going into this. There's no tree steps drilled into the tree, or there's no hanging steps, the little sticks that they put up into the tree there. Why the tree stand didn't get ripped out was because there was a chain around the backside of it, and that was uh, the only thing that kept it in the tree, I do believe,
How high
because
was it?
it was about 18 to 20 feet.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's my nephew.
the person you hear in the background is the lady we're helping, and we the size of the Bigfoot to do that would have to be a 10 to 12 foot tall one. And like I said, in order to do that, they would have to be 10 to 12 feet tall and reach up to their fullest extent and grab a tree, stand and jerk it down, and which would be no big deal for a Bigfoot to do. And the tracks in back of the home, there there's not a lot of them, but there's enough to draw concern. Um, but they are, 2 or 3 days old, so they're not hanging around like they were. But I did a few things back there to uh, let them know that they're not wanted. Um, so hopefully they won't be coming around the house, around the front of our house, and around the sides of our home and stand there looking in the windows anymore. And if they do, then I'll come right back down and do it again. And this time it won't be the easy way. Um, but she's decided to move. So hopefully when she moves here in the next couple of weeks, she will no longer have trouble. So that is the update from North Carolina.
Tree structures. You didn't. You went down there and
You want me to talk about the tree structures that we found?
that I found last year, and that there's no way that it just fell that way.
We did go down. She wants me to tell you about the tree structure she took us down and showed us. It's an X, means don't go to the Bigfoot. And there is a tree that has been broken off and laid across through the top of the X. So
Okay.
when I went down there, I looked at it, and there is no, I mean, in my younger days, I may have, with the help of three or four other guys, um, got those trees up there, but it'd been real tough to do that.
Not one that was broke.
And I knocked part of that X down and made sure my scent was on the tree, so they won't associate it with her. And I don't think they would stand on each other's shoulders. There's not a lot of with the immense size and everything. That would be pretty hard for a Bigfoot to do. Anyway, I promised you all the update on what happened down here today, and now I am going to give you all a story that comes out of this area. And if anybody lives in North Carolina, like in Greensboro, North Carolina, you're going to listen to this one. There is a truck stop out here off I-40 that a gentleman that was getting home driving a tractor trailer. He was had his tractor. He was taking his tractor home. He had dropped his trailer. He stopped at the truck stop to get fuel, fill it up before he took it to the house. And he went and filled up. He was outside by himself. There wasn't any other trucks out there for some unknown reason. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning usually isn't a lot of trucks around. And he was putting fuel in his tractor. And when he got done, he went inside and got his receipt, come back out, was going to get in his truck. And right before he got in his truck, something started screaming on the back side of the truck stop. And it was kind of funny because of the time of morning. And, I ran into him last year when this happened at the truck stop. I was down here bringing a load down here in North Carolina for a water plant. And I ran into him at the truck stop and talked to him at length about this. And he told me that if anything happened, if that ever happened again, he'd call me and let me know. Well, for the last week and a half, he'd been trying to get a hold of me to let me know something else had happened, something had occurred at his home. He finally got a hold of me, I think about Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning. It was Wednesday afternoon when he got a hold of me, and we talked on the phone for a while. And he told me what had happened at his home. And what happened at his home was he had got home here about a week and a half ago. And the same scream he heard at the truck stop started coming from behind his home. There's a small 30 to 40 foot wide strip of woods that goes down between the houses. And these are on acre lots in a semi-subdivision. It's not really a subdivision. It's just people that bought up a farm that was out there a long time ago. And while he was there, when he got out of his tractor, he was starting towards the front door, and he heard this screaming coming from the backside of his house. Well, he thought it was his wife, so he went running through the house, Went through the front door, ran through the house. As soon as he opened the back door, it quit. And it was kind of strange. So he went out in the backyard, looked around, couldn't see anybody, couldn't see anything, didn't know what was going on. So what he done was he went on upstairs and went to bed. Well, he got home the next day early because he was working a local route and done all of his deliveries, got off work, went home. That night about 2 o'clock in the morning, this thing started screaming again. Well, it woke his wife and his kids up, and they turned all the lights on in the house. He went downstairs carrying a gun, went out the back door, turned the light on before he went out the back door, and as soon as he turned the light on, the thing stopped screaming again. So he walked outside carrying his shotgun with him and looking around, couldn't find anything. After that, he went and it done this for like 4 nights in a row, he said. Then it kind of quit when he was out of town for 2 nights. Said it never woke his wife or kids up. Then the first night he got back home, it woke him up at 2 o'clock in the morning again for about 2 nights. Same thing happened every time he gets there and turns the light on. There at the back door to where it can see him opening the back door, see his figure in the window that's there at the back door. It stopped screaming. Now, I can speculate as to why it's doing it. Maybe this thing's lonely. Maybe it's all by itself. Don't know why it's doing it. He doesn't know of any interaction that he's had with one before. So he is doing his level best trying to figure out what's going on. So I told him what he should do. He's got lights on the backside of his house. It won't come into the yard because it's well lit out there. And every time he shows up at the back door and goes to open the door, the thing shuts up and he can't find it. And it don't do it but when he's there. So if anyone has an idea why this Bigfoot, because of the house that he has described to me, and he's supposed to be sending me a copy of the house that he taped, and if I get the copies, I will put them up on here in a short video, and y'all can listen to them. And y'all tell me what you think about them. But if anybody can figure out why this Bigfoot is doing this only when he's there, please let me in on it so that way we can figure out something to get this Bigfoot to stop bothering him and waking up his wife and kids in the head.
Could be a female that's attracted.
Well,
we said it could be a male because of the way it hollered.
Right.
But unless the thing's gay.
I don't think that would be a possibility in them. But you never know. Yeah, there's always a possibility. Anyway, if you have any idea on what else to do besides lights and cameras, I even offered the idea of putting some 10 alarm chili out there and let the thing eat it. Maybe that'll get rid of it. Or I was talking to some of the people that are on Discord. They thought about putting some kind of a food out there that it would eat, putting laxatives in it. Or anything of that nature. If y'all can figure out something to do to get this thing to take off, let me know in the comment section. And any idea why this thing's hanging around? Put it in the comment section. Let me know. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude our live event for tonight. Like I said, I wanted to update y'all on what we found down here today and give you another account of Bigfoot being a nuisance. So, ladies and gentlemen, may each and every one of you be blessed. And I hope that everybody gets to stay safe out there. I hope none of you get sick with this virus that is going around. And I pray that each and every day that you are all well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk to y'all next time. We'll probably have a couple of videos coming out next week. We do have a live interview with Long On Bigfoot next Friday at 9 o'clock. And I want to make another announcement about the collaboration between Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot and Manimal Research on October 9th and 10th. And we are going to have we're going to go out looking around for Bigfoot on Friday night, tape everything we get. If we get screams and everything, you're going to get them on there. If they push a tree over, you're going to get that. Whatever we get from Bigfoot, we're going to do. We're going to put it out there for y'all on Saturday morning, I hope. Hopefully we can get it uploaded Saturday morning. And then Saturday night, we're going to do a live interview with Manimal Research with Wayne and Derek and some of the other gentlemen, or some of the other investigators. I shouldn't say gentlemen because there might be some ladies involved. The other investigators with Manimal Research Saturday night, and it'll probably stop at, I'd say about 8 o'clock will probably be good because it might run an hour, it might run 2 hours. So I hope each and every one of you have a blessed night, and we're going to sign off from here in North Carolina. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and let me know what you think, and let me know your ideas on getting rid of this Bigfoot in the comment section. Thank you all, and may God bless you all.
We're in Tennessee today.
Oh no, we're in North Carolina, guys. We're in North Carolina tonight. Tennessee will be the October 9th and 10th.
They want to know if BFR is good and bad. Bad.
The BFRO is a joke. And that's my personal opinion. And if anybody has any contacts with Moneymaker, you tell him I said he's a joke. So that'll end tonight's show, guys. Y'all have a blessed night. Bye-bye, y'all.